Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. I am so glad you stopped by today. If you are new, welcome. My name is Brenda, and if you're returning, you know I love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I am going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color Elephant and White. I'm going to use 6 of my 5-gallon paint stir sticks. I get these off of Amazon. I'm going to use 4 of these little wood, I think they're like reed sticks, bamboo sticks, something like that. I get those from Amazon as well. Some half beads that I also get from Amazon. And then this home sign that I recently got from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off by taking those reed sticks, and I had marked them. I measured them around to make a frame, and I'm just cutting them down to the sizes that I need. And then once I have those all cut down, this one was giving me a hard time. I don't know what was the deal. The rest of them I could cut right through with my scissors, but that one, yeah, I had to kind of snap it in half. But then I took my paint stir sticks, I measured what I needed, and I took them outside and cut them with my miter saw. After that, I took my wood glue and some hot glue and some giant craft sticks from Walmart, and I am just going to connect my 6 yardsticks, or not yardsticks, paint sticks together with using these craft sticks. And I just put the wood glue and the hot glue on each one of them, and that way it holds it all together. After that, I took my elephant chalk paint and I gave everything a good painting. Now the home sign, I just painted the frame in the back of that sign with the elephant. After that, I decided, okay, I want to try and paint the letters with my white chalk paint. So I took a small brush and I tried really hard to just paint the letters and not get it on the inside. But yeah, I got it on the rest of the board here. So I started thinking about it. I thought, honestly, I really don't like that inside was off-white. So I painted all of it white. And then I took a small paintbrush and I used my elephant chalk paint to go in the small grooves as well. And then I distressed my home word with my chalk paint there. After that, I am taking my wood glue and I am just brushing it on and then laying those little wood pieces down where I want them. And then I use these little clamps to clamp them in place, and I held them there, I don't know, probably about a half hour. I went and made me some lunch and ate lunch, and then after that I continued. After I had that done, as you can see, I have those half beads there. That was just kind of helping me know where to place this sign. So I'm going to put the wood glue and the hot glue all along the back of this sign, just like you see me doing here. And then I am going to flip it over carefully and lay it on my picture frame. I don't know what you'd call it. And then, of course, my bead got in the way, and luckily it didn't move around too much, so I was able to keep it where it needed to be. Once I was done with that, I took all these beads, and these were already painted white, so I didn't have to paint them. And I'm just going to hot glue them all the way around, just like you see. And I think I used somewhere around 75, 72, something like that, of those beads. After that, I had some of this ribbon from a previous DIY that I ended up not using because it was too short. This ribbon comes from burlapfabric.com, and I'll try to have a link to it in my description box if you're interested. I love it. But I'm just going to use my staple gun here, and I'm just going to staple it right to the back of my sign. And then after that, I decided it needed a little bit more in the front. So I took some more of that ribbon. Now this ribbon is actually cut in half, so it's a little wider than what it shows right there. It's about half this is about half the size it normally is. But I'm making a bow by doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle, and then taking some twine to tie around it to keep it in the shape of a bow. After that, I'm going to trim off the ribbon or the twine and then dovetail the ends. And then I'm going to hot glue some Boxwood Greenery. I took 4 sprigs off of a Boxwood Greenery pick, and I'm just going to hot glue 2 on each side of the middle, and then I'm going to hot glue my bow right in the middle of it. And then I took 1 more of these half beads, and I'm just going to hot glue it right in the middle of my bow. That's all there is for this. I absolutely love this. I love how this came out. You have to let me know what you think about this one in the comment box below. Okay, I want to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. You guys, I wouldn't be able to do this without you, and I appreciate you so much. And if you're enjoying today's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. Become part of our family. And ways you can support my channel are by giving me that thumbs up, commenting, watching the ads, and then if you'd like to buy me a coffee to help with my craft supplies, you can find the link to that as well as my social media accounts in the description box below. Okay, here's DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I'm going to start out by using 4 of these small pots from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use 4 of these house pieces. I got these when they were like 75% off after Christmas at Walmart, and which brought them to like $1.25, $1.15, something like that. Then I'm going to use 2 of these MDF pieces from Dollar Tree. These are 2-inch wood letters that I got a pack from Hobby Lobby when they were 40% off. And then my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. And then these 2 pieces of scrapbook paper come from Hobby Lobby as well. So I'm going to start off by removing the twine from each one of those. And you guys, that was a lot of twine. And then removed that little I don't know, floral piece. And then I'm just going to remove as much of the upper layer of the paper as I can. And I have to tell you that a lot of this paper was already starting to peel off, so it kind of made it easy. After that, I did the same thing with both of my MDF pieces here. And then after I got all the top layers off, I took my water and I'm just spritzing it down really well, and I let it soak for a few minutes. And then after that, I just take my paint scraper and there it comes right off. And I just love it. After I had them all removed, I used my elephant chalk paint again and painted them all gray. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. And then I took my white chalk paint and painted the letters as well as those pots. After that, I took my elephant chalk paint and I painted the rim of each of those pots, and I also painted some of the inside of the pot as well. I never know how much the florals that I'm going to put inside is going to cover it, so I go about almost halfway down the pot. Then I took my chip brush here from Plaid, and I am just distressing all the way around my pots. And then I took my paper and my houses, and I'm just going to trace. Now you can get 3 houses traced out on one of those sheets of paper. I was really trying to get the 4th one traced out from the top part that didn't get cut out, but it just was too big. So that's why you would need to have at least 2 pieces of cardstock if you're going to recreate this. After that, I just went ahead and cut each one of them out. And of course, I made a 4th one. And then I took my Mod Podge and I covered each one of the houses with Mod Podge. Now, you could definitely use like school glue on this, but I wanted to make sure that I added the Mod Podge on the top just to kind of help protect that paper. So that's why I did the Mod Podge. And then I set that aside to dry. And while that was drying, I took some white chalk paint and I took these MDF pieces and I am just going to go around and do some distressing. Now, again, if you don't like distressing and you recreate this, you can just skip that part and just make it your own. Once those houses were dry with the Mod Podge, I put my paper on top, and then I'm using parchment paper, the normal kind you use in a kitchen, my heat press, and I'm just going over the paper to reactivate that Mod Podge so that the paper sticks. Again, if you don't have one of those heat presses, you can use an iron as long as there's no steam setting on it, or you don't have steam on it. After that, I went and I covered each one of them with some more Mod Podge just to help protect it. Then I put some floral foam inside of each of these pots, and I'm taking some Boxwood Greenery and I'm filling them up with Boxwood Greeneries. And I'm taking some of these little yellow plastic flowers I got from TEMU, and I am just going to add some of those flowers inside of these pots. And I wanted to add these flowers just because I wanted to brighten them up a little. There's a lot of black and white and gray in this, and I just thought it needed some pops of color, so I added some of those little yellow flowers. After that, I took my little finger sander here and I sanded all the edges of the houses so that there would be no excess paper. And after that, I went around each edge of the house because I thought, oh, it kind of looks good with some of that distressed look on the edges. After that, I laid out my houses, and I am taking my letters here and I'm adding wood glue and hot glue, and I'm using my square ruler to help me line it up to make sure they're all even. Once I had all the letters on there, I'm taking some more wood glue and some hot glue, and I am going to attach my houses side by side, just like you see there. Once I was done with that, I took some more wood glue and my hot glue, and I'm going to attach this MDF piece to the second one, just like you see there, like it kind of looks like a bench. Once I was done with that, I took some more wood glue and I put it on the top, and then I'm going to add some hot glue. Again, the hot glue is for immediate immediate hold, and the wood glue is for a permanent hold. And then I just added my houses to the top of that. Then I took some E6000 and some hot glue, and I'm just going to glue my pots onto the bottom part of, I don't know what you call it, the shelf kind of a thing. I don't know. Anyways, after that, I'm making a double finger bow. So I just took my twine here, wrapped it around my fingers twice. I cut off the excess, and then I'm taking that tail and wrapping it around those loops, coming back from underneath the bottom and going through the loop that went around the loops. Does that make sense? And then tighten. And then I'm going to trim it off, and then I'm just going to add a bow to each one of those pots in the front. And there it is. I love how this turned out. But let me tell you guys, it is heavy. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, so it is a time for a celebration of your recreations. And Gina sent me this really pretty little basket that she made. I love it. It is just so pretty, Gina. Thank you so much. And then Kathy, oh, these are so adorable. She's going again with her watermelon theme, and they are so adorable. Thank you, ladies. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send me pictures through Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and I would be more than happy to showcase them here for you. Okay, so here's DIY number 3. So for this DIY, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink. I'm going to use one of these signs. Now, I thought I got this at Dollar Tree, but the tag looks more like Dollar General, so I'm not sure where I got it. And then this house sign is from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off by removing the twine that's on the front there, and it was stapled in the back, you guys. So I had a heck of a time trying to get it off. In fact, I think I just trimmed it all down with my scissors. Then I used my staple remover and removed the hanger, and that's why I was looking at the tag there, because I was trying to figure out, did this come from, I really think it came from Dollar General, because now that I think about it, the sign, the little tag that's on there doesn't say Greenbrier. Normally if it's Dollar Tree, it says Greenbrier on it. Anyways, it came from one of them. So then I removed that little greenery as well. And then I'm going to take my finger sander and just kind of sand where those holes were from the staples. Then I am going to paint it. So I decided to take I'm sorry, I thought I cut this part out. Oh, okay. I'm taking my ink chalk paint, and I'm just going to paint all the brown edges of this sign, and I'm going to paint around the front, which is already black, but I wanted the black to be exactly the same. And then once I was done, I took some of that black paint and I went around the edge of the house as well. And then I thought, I'm going to go in the crevice. So I took a really small paintbrush and went inside the little crevice there in the middle of that house. And then I just would wipe off the excess with a baby wipe. And you can see I'm just going to go all the way down. I did it on the other side as well. And then once I have it all fully colored in or painted in, then I'll use my baby wipe to wipe off the excess. And then after that, I decided I didn't like the color of the home, Sweet Home. So I painted it all white, and then I just created this Sweet Home with my Cricut. And then I'm just placing that in the middle, and I like that much better than what it had looked like before. After that, I took a black paint marker, and I am just going around the home, the word home, and doing some stitch lines all the way around it. And then I also went around where it says Sweet Home. I went around that little area as well. Then I took the hanger that came off of it, and I'm taking these beads. Now the black beads I got from TEMU, the buffalo check beads I got from Amazon, and I am just adding them all in. I think I did 12. I think it was 6 of each. And I'm just going to add them onto the hanger, and then add the hanger piece back into my little house. And once I was done with that, I took my wood glue. I'm going all the way around the back of this home sign with my wood glue, and then I will add some hot glue again for the immediate hold. So that way it will stick for me right away, and then the wood glue goes into effect for it to stick all the time. And here I am doing my hot glue. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then I'm just going to lay it down where I want it. Once I was done with that, this is where I'm cutting some of that ribbon in half. I decided I wanted to use some more of this ribbon, so I cut it in half. And then I'm just going to make a bow doing the awareness ribbon again, scrunching it up and tying twine around the middle, and then tying a knot in it and then dovetailing it. After that, I was like, I think it needs some greenery. So I'm going to dovetail it first, and I'm going to add some more boxwood. Now, if you've been with me for a while, I say this all the time. I love Walmart's boxwood greenery. It's my favorite, and I buy it all the time. But I added 2 sprigs on each side again, and then hot glued it down, and then I'm using this ribbon, hot gluing it in the middle, and there it is. I really love the way this came out too. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, on to DIY number 4. Oh, guys, can you tell there's a home theme going on with this? So I'm using my Waverly chalk paint in the color white and ink. I'm going to use 2 packs of these dice from Dollar Tree. If you can't find those, you can always use the little wood dice they have, or squares. I'm going to use this sign I recently got from Dollar Tree. I created this with my Cricut, and then some of these sticker or poster stickers from Dollar Tree. Then I'm going to start off, and I did the exact same thing with this one as I did the previous DIY, where I pulled off as much of the top layer of paper, and then I spray it and get it wet and scrape off the rest. After that, I painted everything with my white chalk paint, and now with the dice, I did have to do 2 to 3 coats just to help cover all of that coloring. Once they were all dry, I took my ink chalk paint and a chip brush here, and I'm just going around the dice, and I am just doing distressing all the way around the edges, and then I just try to do some light distressing along the middle. And again, if you don't like distressing, you don't have to do this. And you guys just know that I do these as inspirations for you guys. Make it whatever I make it your own. You don't have to do everything the exact same way I do. It just kind of gives you inspiration. So if I use Chalk Couture and you can't afford it, figure out another way to make it your own. Okay. After that, I placed my, there's a no place like There's no place like, oh my goodness, on this piece here. And then I'm going to put the homeward on my dice. So I'm just adding these stickers down and putting them on the front of the stickers, or the dice, and then my E kind of tore, so I had to fix it. So after I had them all on, I went to go put this on top and realized that the dice that has the M was taller than the other ones. So it was crooked. It wasn't letting me have that sign on there flat. So I took some popsicle sticks, cut them down, and it worked perfectly. So then I painted them white, and then I'm just going to hot glue them on top of the other 3 dice that wasn't as tall as the M dice. After that, I took some E6000 and hot glue, and I am just going to hot glue each one of them together. Once I was done with that, I took some E6000 and I'm going to take some hot glue as well, put them on the top, and then I'm going to add that sign to the top part of it as well. And there you go. And then after that, I took some of these rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut out the heart, and I'm going to put this on the very top, just like you see me doing right here. And I'm just going to rub it on. And once I have that one on, I decided I wanted to add some of the leaves that are on there. So I took some of these leaves here, and I'm just going to add them to the top as well. And I love how it's curved, and it's almost perfect to the curve of the sign on there. So I'm just going to continue to rub, and I started to pull up the plastic, but I could see it was pulling up some of the black. So I rubbed it some more, and then voila, it was all done. After that, I took some more of the sprigs of boxwood, hot glued them down above the dice, and then I'm adding some more of these yellow flowers. Just going to hot glue some of them in, and then I made a bow out of the same ribbon, the same way I did the other ones, and I'm just going to hot glue that in the middle. And then I took another one of those yellow flowers and hot glued it in the middle of the bow, and that's all there was for that. I really love how this one came out too. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. And the final reveal is coming right up, so make sure you stay tuned. Just check that out. And if you have not subscribed yet and you enjoyed today's video, and if you like home decor on a budget, holiday decor, thrift flips, gift ideas, then hit that red subscribe button and become part of our YouTube family. And then make sure you guys don't forget to give me that thumbs up and comment, because y'all know that really helps me out. And with all that being said, you guys, I will be back again on Saturday with another video. I know these are kind of weird days. I normally don't do this. I'm normally on Monday, but I really needed a little bit of a break, and I'm glad I took it. So thank you guys for your patience. Anyways, I'll be back with another video on Saturday. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.